Hello, Veronica here. I'll be presenting on designing systems, training, and education. The resources I'll be discussing first is Simon Sinek's Addressing Conflict with Care. He talks about replacing why questions with what instead of why are you angry, what's making you upset, acknowledging their experience, and having a tell me more type of mentality. Nistar's an interdisciplinary approach to resolving conflict in the water domain, discussed conflict arising from the diversity of perspectives, beliefs, and benefits among those interest groups in the integrated water management industry. They implemented an integrated sustainability assessment as a form of co production, aiming to gather and synthesize diverse perspectives and address persisting problems. Um, in the ISA, the cyclical process of scoping, envisioning, experimenting, and learning to provide the stakeholder with a deeper understanding of casualties behind the water issues was discussed. With the efficacy of tailored educational interventions in changing conflict management strategies among operating room staff, article. This was based in the healthcare industry and implemented educational interventions, particularly in emotional intelligence. They found that this was proven to be effective in reducing conflicts and improving conflict management strategies. This highlights the importance of continuing training programs aimed at enhancing workplace relations and productivity in a hospital setting. The co-design and civic governance, self and others in dispute over urban infrastructure displayed. This paper explored how citizens help shape urban environment through public planning committees and how they participate, what elements that they would like, and how they present themselves in those meetings through their personal experiences and their knowledge of city design, and how that plays into the city planners and the consultation process. A conflict, a potential conflict that could arise was our team was going to a conference all together, and it's a 4-day conference. It's going from Riverside to Long Beach, and this is a yearly conference that they pay for us to go to, and they decided because it was close enough to drive that they would not be paying for the hotel. And a lot of people were paying out of pocket for this. And I thought that was really unfair that, it wasn't even an option for me to stay because I have children and commitments. But I thought it was very unfair that these people were going to pay out of pocket for a hotel that should have been included in the budget. And I sent an email suggesting that this should be paid for. This is something that was paid for the Sacramento trip, for the Palm Springs trip. This is something that should be allocated in the budget, or less amount of people get to go, and then and then the hotel's paid for. So I sent the email and I said, would love for you guys to say, yay or nay. And if it is something that you guys are interested in, then we can take it to leadership. I would recommend a facilitated discussion, how I presented with my colleagues, or even a facilitated discussion with leadership and the team that went, so that we could have discussed early on, how do we want to make this work? A training that I think would have benefited all my colleagues, because none of them wanted to speak up about this, even though they were all paying for their own individual hotels, would be tools for tough discussions, to learn productive confrontation strategies that respect the facts and values, such as it being paid for in previous years, to shift awareness to critical issues and practice effective communication. Thank you so much.